Testing, testing. Okay. Hello, hello. Welcome to Lizzie Bites Games. I am trying to argue with the sound settings on my computer, hoping to have the sound up high enough that everybody can hear what's going on without blowing out my eardrums. We are going to go ahead and play some more Starfield. This is a character I want to try playing who refuses to engage with the Constellation storyline. So, obviously, one of the freedoms of Bethesda games is that you're able to simply uh, wander off in any direction and see what's going on without having to follow any particular storyline if you don't want to. See, that is really soft on the thing. Okay. Let's try this again. I had to spend about an hour sorting out all of my sound settings. I swear, if I have to go into the sound settings one more time in Windows, I'm just gonna give up and leave. All right, there you go. Return to game.
That your ship that landed not too long ago? Sure is something.
So we are doing a mission called the Art Dealer, which is an easy mission you can pick up in New Atlantis straight from the beginning. We're about halfway through. What you do is you talk to the guy up in Jameson Mercantile, and he will send you down into the well, which is the underground space, and then he will have you come over here to talk to Zoe at the Trade Authority to pick up a piece of artwork, and then now you have to go and bring it back to him. Let's see. This is the elevator. There's an elevator at each end of the well. This one is the one that goes up to the spaceport. The other one goes up underneath mast.
Selling art is a bit of an art itself, you know. If you're in the market for artwork, I'm sure I can find something to suit your needs. Shh! Are you crazy? Keep your damn voice down.
I always go for this one. That was exciting.
I must say, that's not the reaction I was expecting. But you're right. The world of art is quite exciting. Well, if you go about it my way, that is. It's all part of the game, my friend. It pays to get your hands a little bit dirty. It pays very, very well. But I digress. Thank you for your discretion. Now that our little transaction is complete, I should be on my way. Take care, and let's not talk about this again. Back to it then.
He gets positively snippy if you ask him any more questions, but he's fun. We are not going to do this. In fact, I'm going to ignore quite a few of the quests on my mission log. So this character is designed, first of all, one of the things that I'm trying, and we're going to see if this works or if it slaughters me, is I'm trying to integrate a little bit of the hard setting. So this is something I saw someone try. You set the enemy combat to very easy, so they can't one shot me. But the the fights are longer because I'm not quite doing as much damage, which means I have to be a little bit more strategic. I did increase the medical healing item, however, because when I do get hit, I'm a bit of a weenie, and I increased the food healing. Most of the rest of this is just how I tend to play. I don't like the combat afflictions and I don't like the damage afflictions, so I tend to turn them off. At least in the early game, because they're just one more thing to keep track of, and I can't be bothered. So, with this character not wanting to engage in Constellation, I have to find something else for him to do. And the first step in doing that is to get a ship of his own. Because it could be that he could just steal the frontier.
Right to the checkpoint.
Thank you. It could just be that he's going to steal the frontier and take off, but that's not quite the personality that I like to play. So we're going to leave the frontier until we come over here.
You got to be kidding me. Invoice
We'll come back to these nice folks. They're cool. And they'll move along with the playstyle too. I did talk to the lady from the Trackers Alliance already. What we want is we want about 70 to 100,000 credits. Wrong button. Let me see what ships. What I really want is an econo hull, but for 60K or so, I could get this thing called the Rambler, which isn't the most useless thing, but it's not the best. Galileo, the Achilles, see, they start going up in price. And it has to be a Class A ship because I can only do the Class A engines at this point. These start to get way out of budget. No, it's going to have to. Oh, there's my econo hull. This I like because the profile of it, well, first of all, it has a bunch of cargo, which means that I can do all the cargo runs, which are cheap and easy. Um, but I can very easily just get it into a sort of a interior layout the way I want it. And what I usually do is I switch the bridge, which is currently on top, and I flip it with that little weapon mount that's there. And then I can just go straight up from the entry dock into the same level as the bridge. I don't have to deal with any internal ladders. Oh, you've got an econo hall. I love the econo halls. So we're going to try and get we're going to try and get 80,000 credits before the econo hall resets. Every few days, every 2 in-game days, he gets new stuff in, and then you have to wait for him to get the old stuff back, which is another few days, but it's probably going to take a while. All right, so what I want to do here is I want to do this one called I can't remember if it's got a name, but it's this little interaction between Representative Chisholm here and the security officer from the UC. And I just find this one a really interesting example of some of the things that Bethesda tries to do or is trying to do with these games, with sort of how you can negotiate this. Now, what I am about to do, however, you have to have a point into security. So that's the lockpicking skill, which probably should at this point, anyways. Put a point into security, that gets you the option that I'm going to use. So let's talk to Representative Chisholm.
What? Can't you see I'm dealing with something?
Are you all right?
Um, I apologize for snapping. No, I'm definitely not all right. I've got work to do at the embassy. And our overly diligent security officer over there won't let me enter the city. Claims I need a diplomatic visa, which I have never needed before in all the time I've visited New Atlantis.
Do you know anyone that can help? I can talk to them for you.
Oh, really? And here I am biting your head off. Apologies. I'm just, well, rather flustered. Look, if you have time, could you please go to the Freestyle Collective embassy and speak to a diplomat? They'll know what to do.
My good deed for the day.
Thank you. I'll wait here until the embassy sends the cavalry. Not like I have much choice.
How are you today?
Just fine, thanks. So it'll tell you go to the embassy and talk to somebody, and you can do that. That's one way of completing this. They'll give you, I think they give you a little something, or if you find Representative Chisholm, you can get a little something afterwards. Or you can skip that part and just come over here and talk to Officer Wilkes. You could talk to him even if you don't have the point in security, but if you do have the point in the security, you have this new option, which is your anger with that man seems so personal.
Well, I mean, yeah, I won't deny it. Freestar politicians coming here like they own the place. Peace my ass. What's so peaceful about breaking the armistice? About expanding into systems they're not supposed to? Everyone knows they're doing it. Everyone. Worst kept secret in the settled systems. Hey, they did it when they caused the colony war, and now they're doing it again. My uncle died in that war. You know what I'm saying?
So if you're just A buttoning through this, you're probably going to take this one that says, I do. Go ahead, embrace that anger for you, for your uncle. Shake that man down, take his credits. I don't know what happens if you select that one because that's real. I, my personal feelings, is that's kind of a dick move. And so I always say, of course, and yet it's not the representative's fault now, is it? Really, you should let him in. And it's an interesting example to me of Bethesda kind of, or the game design anticipating what the player might do and then undercutting it to a certain degree. Because if you just yada yada through, you get, I guess, you default get what I would consider to be a bad ending. But if you stop and you read it, then you have to pause and you have to think about what this man said. He's obviously very angry. He's obviously in a lot of pain. And then you have to actively, if you actively de-escalate the situation, you get what I would consider to be the good ending.
I. You're right. I shouldn't take that stuff out on people. It's not the representative's fault. I'll go talk to him, clear it all up. Thank you. Representative Chisholm, I double-checked the regulations and we made a mistake.
Oh, did you now? Your malicious harassment was just a mistake? A clerical error?
Just trying to apologize, Representative. You're free to enter the city, and, your experience with us wasn't up to our usual standards. I'm sorry.
Finally, some admission of fault. That's the kind of honesty I've come to expect from UC Security. Thank you. I'll be on my way now.
So then, if you talk to Representative Chisholm again,
It appears that UC Security has seen reason. Don't think I didn't notice you talking to that Officer Wills just before he came over to apologize. Here, a little token of appreciation from the Freestyle Collective.
Is there a problem?
and so you get 1,000 credits. You don't have to walk all the way across the city. Turn off the Terran Armada again. Oh my goodness. Um, and you get what is a sort of pleasantly I like I say I think it's the quote good ending. I am a hippie liberal tree hugging feminist, uh, social justice warrior princess, whatever you want to call it. So I like this ending. I also like the way the game uses the interactivity to prompt a consideration of what's going on. Because if this was just like a little scene that played out in a TV show or something, there's a passiveness associated with just watching that. Whereas in the game, you have to actively make that choice. And either choice, you have to actively stop and consider what sort of character are you playing? What sort of person do you want to be? And that's something that is unique to game, is unique to role playing games in particular. Um, and they've done an interesting thing with it, and they've just kind of tucked it away there, where it otherwise would just have been totally unnoticed. And I really like that about that. I like that about Bethesda games in general. I like that about role playing games in general. And so I wanted to highlight that because that's really neat. Also, we get 1,000 creds, which is not going to take us very close to our ship, but
Hey,
it's
Tommy,
something.
you have a minute?
And then we have Tommy.
You're the one that was on Vectera, right? You flew in on the, Frontier.
That's right.
I knew it. Tommy Bitlow, SSNN research intern. Word is the Frontier was involved in an attack? It's true, right? You saw some real action?
The Crimson Fleet attacked us, if that's what you mean.
This is great. Great! My boss, Nadia Mufaz, would kill to talk to you. An actual eyewitness! There's credits in it for credible, newsworthy information.
Oh, I could use the money.
And easy money, too. Just go to the SSNN building. It's not far. Keep it up, Tommy. You're killing it.
Wish that bartender at the viewpoint would stop
I love him.
security. I don't know what she lost, but she won't get it back by annoying us.
You'll be scanned as you enter the city.
Yeah.
Please
Uh,
keep moving.
uh-huh. We are not going to talk to the lady at the viewpoint yet because she's a bit more complicated than I want to deal with at the moment. We're going to go talk to Nadia. And she's actually going to lead to, she's going to have one immediate mission and then she's going to lead to two more. Uh, she's going to lead to one more, which leads to two more. You'll see, this is another interesting thing that I like about Bethesda games is that the radiant missions, I think is what the official term for is it, where you do one thing and they echo outwards. Tommy, keep it up, Tommy. You're killing it. So we go to the commercial district. Oh. There's actually quite a bit around here as well too, including a very easy quest line with the guy at Hans. We might do that too. I'm kind of playing on the fact that I have done this part. I've done this part so many times that I sort of know where everything is. There is, if you tweak the gameplay settings to super hard while you're in Jameson, the city, Jemison, sorry, it is very easy to get XP here. It takes about 2 hours, but if you can just run around the city doing these little things, then why are you talking to me, honey?
But David's my friend. He writes me.
I hate to break it to you, but his PA is the one who signs all those cards and headshots. Mr. Barron's a very busy and important man.
But I came all this way.
Listen, I might be able to hook you up with some merch. Maybe get you a ticket to a speaking gig he's got. That's all I can do.
You are the best!
There needs to be a little squealing sound that goes along with that, I think. Um, Yeah, there's at least 2 hours and 5 to 10 levels of XP that can be had in New Atlantis just within the city limits running around. You have to go up and talk to people though, or pay attention to the activities that pop up. A lot of them will end up on your activities tab. Talk to the scientist by the tree, talk to the bartender at the viewpoint. You track all of those down. You can get pretty far along. And I like to do that with a lot of the characters simply because it buffs them before they have to go back out again. But we're going to be a little choosier about the ones we do for this. For example, we're not going to talk to the scientist by the tree unless we're really desperate because although he does have quite a bit of money. We'll think about it. Let's deal with Nadia first.
Welcome to SSNN, where the news never sleeps. If you're part of the David Barron fan club, try not to inflate his ego too much. He's liable to burst.
I always go with nice to meet you too.
Sorry. Long day. Longer night. How about a do-over? Let's take a look at you. You're not from around here. My guess is you work, really work, for a living. I bet you have a story or two.
Actually, your intern asked me to do an interview for you.
Tommy? Tommy did something useful? So you must be the captain of the... Frontier? Rumor is there was a firefight at a mining installation. I'm interested only in primary sources. So things you've seen and or done that are newsworthy. No hearsay. So, what do you got for me?
The Crimson Fleet attacked an Argos mining facility.
Looks like some Crimson Fleet brainiac figured out it's easier to hit stationary targets than dogfighting in the field. And you are an eyewitness with the courtesy to find us instead of being chased down. Refreshing. So what were the pirates doing there? It's not their usual MO.
So you got 3 different tactics you can take, and I assume you will hear the difference when this news story is broadcast over the little speakers and kiosks that are around the different cities. You could either talk up Constellation. You could talk yourself down. You could talk yourself up. You can paint yourself as the hero. Or you could just sort of take a sort of neutral, the miners are so wonderful and I just happen to be one of them kind of a tactic. So we're going to go that. We were mining beryllium, iron, and some rare minerals. Easy credits.
Rare minerals, you say? That would be worth the price of admission. So what's your role in all this? Part of a tour group?
I ran the whole dig. No, I would just say I was one of the miners.
Huh. I didn't realize Argos extractors hired such capable crew. So we've covered the basics. How about any harrowing tales of daring do? How'd a bunch of miners triumph?
Again, you can take credit for a bunch of stuff. I killed a whole lot of them single-handedly. That's not exactly what happened, though. Or you could say the mining crew banded together and fought them off with mining lasers.
Huh. Sounds like a good outfit. The heroic miner is a good angle. This is a good local story. Plucky miners band together and punch above their weight. If you ever get more stories like this, drop by. And take this to cover any incidentals, or other creative ways to pad out an expense report.
All right. Now I'm going to take a pause 1 second and check my settings because I think her voice is a little soft. We're going to up her a bit over here and go back in and talk to her again. So she does give you a little bit of money too. We haven't even cleared 20K. This is going to be I'm going to have to get creative. But one of the other things that you can do is if you talk to her
If you have a
again,
story for me, I'm very happy to pay your fee.
you say, what stories are you working on now?
I'm working on an investigative piece about some of the businesses in the well right now. trying to get a handle on how things are in that part of the city. I'm not sure the story will get off the ground, though. I asked the higher-ups if I could go down there for some interviews, but they said it's too dangerous. They'd probably be all for it if David asked.
I'm willing.
You really? I'd owe you big time if you did. You've been a huge help on my other stories. I'm sure you'd do great. Great. I had 3 interviewees in mind. Teresa Mason, the owner of Kay's house, Henrik Zoran at Apex Electronics, and Nurse O'Shea from the medbay. You don't need to ask too many tough questions. I just want to read on how their businesses are doing and how things are in the well. I really can't thank you enough.
So this is designed to get you down into that well area and to learn the lay of the land down there.
I'm gonna be a 3-star ranger.
Yeah, it's nice, honey. And we are going to go and do that, but considering how badly we need the cash, I think we're also going to go do a few other things up here, including this poor sap over at Enhance. So you play with the gameplay settings to up your XP, but you can't play with them to up your creds.
Don't be nervous. You got this.
Hmm.
Wow, you look completely.
How can I help you be
Hey, Werner.
possible?
I should have guessed with that hair he's kind of useless.
So much for stopping in today. I'm sure my staff and I can accommodate your every need. If you're here to try something new or on a whim, or to replicate a look you've seen and loved elsewhere, or just want to love your reflection in the mirror a little bit more, we've got you covered. All our services and records are private and confidential, so no need to worry.
Now, to really mess him up, you say, I'm glad you take confidentiality seriously. A breach of information could be a major problem.
Oh my God. You certainly put things bluntly, don't you?
I guess, but it sounds like you have nothing to worry about.
I did. No, I do. I take it all very seriously. Sorry, you just took me a little off guard. To tell you the truth, I made a bit of a slip-up. I may have lost a data slate containing the confidential information of numerous patients. Little things, you know, like payment, information, procedures done, age, birthdays, mailing addresses. Oh no, who am I kidding? This is so bad. If that information gets out, my business and reputation could be destroyed. No patient will trust me again.
Why did you just tell me all that?
Because I sense a kind of aura around you, an air of nobility. Also, it all just spilled out. I couldn't hold it in anymore.
Well, that certainly isn't good.
It's not. People's private information is at stake, ready to be taken by any bad actor that finds that damn slate. And worse, my reputation and business is on the line. Please, I'm begging you. You have to find that slate.
All right. Where have you visited recently?
Yes. Oh, thank you. And let's see, I frequent the Terrabrew nearby, as well as Whetstone. I also stopped by the Valberg building recently. Thank you for doing this. You're a lifesaver. Please, come back as soon as you have the slate. Oh, and don't read anything on it. It's confidential stuff, remember? Come back anytime.
One thing did occur to me as I was watching is that their shoulders, when you talk to a lot of the characters in the conversation view like that, the shoulders are very still, which even just lifting or like the implication that they're moving their arms would probably be interesting because most humans talk with their hands. So to lock the shoulders like that is a bit of a issue. Makes them seem a little stilted.
Hello there.
You're interesting.
Can I help you with something, my friend?
He's the other end of another quest that I haven't done because we didn't go into that other terror group, but I was wondering if he had anything else to say. It would be fun too, also, if you come at quests from more than one direction. Like the way you start the other quest is you go talk to the first guy in the other terror brew, and he sends you over here to talk to George over there. It would be funny if you could talk to George and then he would send you to talk to the first guy and then back again. So what's going on here is this is where the slate is. It's inside Westone. Don't accidentally steal the cocktail because unless you want to join the Crimson Fleet, which we don't, if you accidentally steal things, a lot of times in this environment, someone will see you. I have my hidden on though, so hopefully that wouldn't work. This, however, doesn't have the steel marker. This one has the little red dot. This one does not, so you can just take it, and then you can take it back to Werner. So yeah, it's over here in the whetstone. You look around on the table, and it's there. I should be working on my wellies.
Reliable people to help the guard. Contact him if you're interested. We'd all appreciate it.
I do like Sergeant Yumi. I really do. They're not talking about me, by the way. They were talking about the speaker, the news item that went by in the Terran Armada. But I don't think this is the kind of guy. My character is the kind of guy who would go join the security office.
Enhance is here for you, no matter your needs. You found it. Oh my God, thank you so much. I don't know what to say. You have helped a humble businessman. You saved me and my business. I'm so grateful for that. Thank you so much. Oh, I hope this hasn't tainted your perception of my wonderful facility. If you need any work done, I'll always be here. If you'd ever like to make a change, you're up to the task.
Oh yeah, I'll get right on that. I never noticed that before. New Atlantis Corporate Park. That is the environmental design in terms of that is exactly the kind of thing that a city slaps on top of a random ass bridge across a random ass pond. I love it. Okay, so what do we want to do first? Or next? Or renew the miscellaneous. I think what we want is we wanted to go. The one we're after is primary sources. Light in the Darkness was us going to have to talk to Nadia, and it's going to stay here because you want to go talk to her after pretty much everything major that you do. Like it'll pop up and tell you, like if you get into trouble in Aquila city, if you check that item, it'll say, "Oh, go tell Nadia about the Gallbank incident in Aquila City," and you go back to her. She'll give you a little bit more money. So this is how you can get around this part of New Atlantis without having to use the subway. We're gonna make sure we don't run into anything. And I got up my wellness anyways. But the residential, the mast, and the commercial are all connected on foot. And I have a skill that I'm trying to increase, which is calling for me to run down my oxygen and CO2 completely. So that little red gauge is full completely. And if I do that like 20 times, it increases my oxygen and then I can sprint for longer. So if it bothers you that you're not moving fast enough and you want to sprint, that's what's going on. That's one way of increasing that. So down here, these are just talk to people missions. This is the kind of character, if I'm role playing, which I kind of am not very good at because I just tend to do anything that bumps into me. Um, these are the kind of this is the kind of place he'd hang out in New Atlantis, kind of the grungier part of town, and these are the kind of quests he might do.
We've got limited resources, but I try not to turn anyone away just because they're light on credits. We're doing the best we can here. That's all we can ever do.
So to start this, you choose the I'm with SS and then option.
A journalist? That's a surprise. Most people don't think anything that goes on in the well is worth writing about. I'd be happy to help if I can.
How are things going at the med bay?
Things are always rough at the med bay. I'm the closest thing to a doctor that the well has, and I can't treat everyone. The last few weeks have been especially bad. There's some kind of infection going around, and a lot of kids down here are catching it. It just breaks my heart to see.
I'd be happy to help you out with that.
Oh, you're sweet to offer. There might be something you can do, if you're willing. Let's chat again when you have some time to spare, all right?
So that first one that I selected at the beginning is the one that you need in order to trigger the next step on her. Otherwise, you could ask the other two questions. Tell me more about yourself and how have things been in the well, and skip that one. But you won't necessarily get the tidbit about the sick children unless you go back and talk to her again. And at this point, you can say that's enough to go on, or you can continue the conversation.
Sure, if you'd like. My name's Talia. I was born and raised right here in the well. I've been the nurse here at the med bay for over a decade now. Once upon a time, I was a combat medic for the UC Navy. When the colony war ended, I came back to the well to put my skills to use for the people here.
And I tend to just ask two questions. I've been through this conversation a lot. It's
All right, dear. You let me know if there's anything else I can do for you.
she's fairly neutral. Teresa is a bit more optimistic. Henrik, who we'll go talk to over here, is, oh, he's a ray of sunshine, is Henrik. Hey, Henrik.
No loyalty,
What's up?
okay? I don't have the patience for it. Can't say I'll have what you need, but you're welcome to look.
He has just about nothing in his inventory, and it's a specific thing.
A reporter. Fine, but I'm only talking basics. I don't like people snooping around my business.
I'd like to know how things are going.
Door's still open, isn't it? That's my idea of success. Sorry if you were hoping for something more flowery. Door's still open, isn't it?
Oh, I already asked him
My
that.
idea of success. Sorry if you were hoping for something more flowery.
I wasn't paying attention. So yeah, he's not fun talking to, so I usually say that should be enough. Oh, well, no, this one is funny. Will you tell me more about yourself?
Name's Henrik. I own Apex Electronics. That's all I'm willing to say to some nosy reporter.
That should be enough to go on.
Hey, now why don't you help me out and buy something? I scratch your back, you scratch mine.
When he stops talking to you. I don't know if she just wanders around talking about how she's going to become a pilot and then get out of here. I don't know if they're related or something or why she's even in there. So he himself does not have another quest, but our little friend over here, Salinas, has a quest.
Time to time. Not very often these days. But that's fine. It's a quaint shop, isn't it? I like it here. Oh, Henrik is an old friend of mine. I help out around here from time to time. But I don't just loiter around. I'm involved in my own business endeavor as well.
I'd like to do business with you.
Unfortunately, I'm quite old-fashioned. I only deal with associates that I know and trust. But if you do a small favor for me, I might feel comfortable opening my business up to you. All you need to do is pick up a package from Red Mile and deliver it to me. You don't even need to interact with anyone.
What's in the package?
The contents are of no interest to you, and they're not contraband if that's what you're wondering. If you're uncomfortable doing this favor, you're free to decline. Ah, I'm not at liberty to discuss that yet, but I assure you, it's quite lucrative.
Sure, I'll do your package.
Fantastic. I eagerly await your return. Stay out of trouble.
So unfortunately, this is one you have to have a ship for, so we're gonna have to leave that for later. Let's go talk to Kay.
Always nice to see a fresh face around here. You stop in
Everyone's
whenever
welcome,
you'd
so
like.
long as you keep your hands to yourself. Understand? No causing trouble in here. No shortage of hungry mouths to feed around here. Keeps us on our toes. Nothing else? Absolutely. I'm sure my mom would be proud to have the place featured in an article. What's up?
I'd like to know how things have been with your business. Choose this one at least once somewhere in the conversation because this triggers her next element.
Business is steady, as usual. We don't tolerate violence or disrespect, so a lot of folks like to spend time here. The only thing that's worrying me is a new group of customers I've seen hanging around lately. They've been watching the UC surplus store pretty closely. I have a bad feeling they might be planning something. Kay's house has a reputation as a safe place. I don't want to be associated with that kind of thing.
I'd be happy to look into it.
Honestly, I'd really appreciate that. I'd feel terrible if something happened and I hadn't done anything to try to stop it. Why don't you come by when you have some spare time, and we'll talk it out?
Will you tell me more about yourself?
Yeah, sure thing. I'm Teresa Mason, and this is my home. My mom's the Kay who founded Kay's house. I grew up here along with the business. My mom passed the place on to me when she decided to retire. Running it is my pride and joy. I've put everything I have into it. Same as ever. I've lived in the well my whole life, and things have never really changed. The UC government promises to clean the place up every couple years, but there's still just as much crime and poverty as there was when I was a kid. That's why Kay's house is so important. It's the one place people in the well feel safe. Be sure to put that in the article, okay? I'm really proud of it. Great. Let me know when the article comes out, will you? I'd like to read it.
All right, so
For so long. I make sure everyone's comfy. I tell it like it is, and I don't take any shit.
So, one of the things is you can talk to them right after. You don't have to go finish this quest for Nadia before you can get the subquests for Teresa or for what's her name at the med bay. Or you can come back anytime and talk to them again, and then they'll give you the next steps. So we're going to go ahead and run back over to Nadia. And so as I am actively trying to avoid Constellation, I'm trying to get my own ship. And I think what that's going to mean is I'm going to have to try, except now it's like nighttime. So I was going to say the next step in money making, there's a bunch of stuff in Jemison that you can do inside the city. Jemison is the planet. New Atlantis is the city. There's a bunch of stuff in New Atlantis that you can do to get money and XP. Even if you're not doing any of the other, if you're not doing Constellation or anything like that. Ooh. It's happy. Okay. even if you're not doing the whole shebang, you can get a bunch of stuff here in New Atlantis that will get you XP and some funds. The other thing to do is to go out kind of into the area around the city, because the city is full of it's like any other landing site in the game. There's going to be the primary space that the game wants you to go to, the point of interest, in this case, New Atlantis. And then there's going to be scattered around the area a bunch of other things to do, a bunch of other points of interest. And so it's possible to duck out of, oh dear, Nadia didn't load properly. Either that or it's been a really, really long night and she's just decided to entertain herself. Here we go.
Here to report anything else?
I like standing on tables.
You talk and get paid. I spread the news. It's a classic win-win.
I finished the interviews.
Hey, that's great. Thanks so much. Did everything go all right?
Everything was fine.
Glad to hear it. I'm looking forward to reading through your notes. I can't thank you enough for helping me out. I'll send you a copy of the story if it gets published. There's nothing like seeing your name in print. Hope to see you again.
So unlike some of her other ones, I don't know that you ever hear about this again. So that's kind of the end of that, unless you want to go down into the well to do the Teresa Mason and the Med Bay quest, secondary quest. Let me see. Can I see? See, if I get my scanner out, it's saying about 1,000 meters in that direction, there's a building that might have something to do. And once you're out that far, you could probably keep going. In fact, you can probably just jetpack your way down there, but there is an easier way of getting over there. So let's, there we go. Get up. There we go. Let me show you where that is. Also, this will up my wellness.
All the time. Mast finally sent someone down there, but nothing's changed.
That's a fun quest too, but it's very time consuming. It's got lots of different pieces to it. But it is solely within New Atlantis. Oh, these guys are fun.
I know you think this is a joke of a job, but keeping the grounds immaculate, you can take pride in it.
Nobody cares. Nobody's looking at it.
These greens are the heart of the commercial district. And if it's clean, if it's thriving, so is New Atlantis.
I'm just here for the paycheck.
You'll come around. You'll see.
Every once in a while, I wonder if the devs are putting little hidden messages into the game. It must be a thankless job. The potted plant goes here. It does. It dead end. The potted plant. It's very important that we get the greens right on the leaves. Meanwhile, everybody else is going, yeah, nobody's looking at your plants, honey. I've had that job before. I've had that boss who's very concerned about the potted plants before. She was a wonderful one, but every now and then the conversation would get to be a bit much. That does that. Okay, where are we going? We are going over here. We are not talking to the scientist by the tree. We are going up here by the lodge. There is a quick and easy way of getting out into the New Atlantis backyard, so to speak. The problem that I have with this, so what can happen out here is you can go to the outposts, the kind of the external points of interest, which is one thing. Am I going in the right direction?
You have a nice day now.
No, I'm not. You go to the external points of interest, and there's usually at least something to do there. Either you can clear them out, or there's somebody who's got a fetch quest, or you can just loot the place blind, or you can sell stuff. And as you go, you can be scanning, which gets you XP, not MP, gets you XP. One other option, at least for this character, is that it could be possible to find a ship. Either you can find a ship that's landed, and if you take out the crew, you can steal it. You gotta be careful though, because sometimes the ships will be B class or C class, in which case you can't steal it. Well, this character can't steal it because this character be a weenie. There we go. All right, so first things first, we are not going to investigate the brownouts in the well. We are going to increase our wellness. No, we can't increase our wellness. We are then, we're going to work on our weightlifting. This character is probably going to put the most points into physical, and then I'm going to move into some of the others. And this will increase the carrying capacity. And what I want now is I want pain tolerance to be the next one. Out here in the ass end of New Atlantis, so to speak, we're going to you. I think you're closer. There are these things called coral bugs, and coral bugs are fast and they're sharp and they hunt in packs, which is one of the reasons why I wasn't entirely keen about doing this at night. Let's just cut straight across the landscape. And I'm keeping an eye out for critters. I don't think it's possible to 100% the scanning in New Atlantis or on Jemison just by coming out of New Atlantis, because I think there are plants and animals in the like Arctic spaces that you have to get to. I think this reset my settings again because the controller is vibrating and I really don't like it when the controller vibrates. Now, let's see. I tried getting down this once without a jetpack, and there is fall damage in this game. So let's be a little bit careful about how we do this. Well, at least go down the pretended slope instead of heaving ourselves blindly off the cliff. Going over there. And I have my scanner open to maybe avoid, hopefully, some of the critters. Away from the red dots. Say coral bugs. That's what, those things will nail you. See them. You can see them out there. They travel in packs. The herbivores will go at you too, but you can usually get away from them. You can see lots of other little points of interest are popping up on the scanner as I go. I am scanning and tweaking as I go. Avoid the coral bugs. And you. Ooh. Random point. This does not have anything attached to it, which means that you can usually come over here and find at least one box. And sometimes, yes, you can find a sleeping bag. So we can just hobo it up for a minute. And we are going to you. Yes. And if the outbuildings, if you grab things from the boxes and they say that they are stolen when they land in your inventory, it means that the place that you're approaching probably has civilians. So don't go in guns blazing there. If all of the outbuildings say that the stuff is up for grabs, then there may well be bad guys there. So pay attention as you're getting closer. Maybe quick save. Ooh, that is the sound of a ship landing. Ooh, I need me some spacers. All right, where did you come down? You were over here-ish? No. That's back at the city. Yeah, we don't have to scan these anymore. We can just run up their nose. That was a little spacer ship. I hope it wasn't just somebody landing at New Atlantis, but I don't think so. I guess I could always go to this. It might have been somebody landing at New Atlantis because that's the spaceport over there. Where binoculars would come in handy. What I should be seeing on the map is RB surface map. This is me, this little dot. I should be seeing a little flag for the ship landing. I think I got it excited for nothing. So I can see the 3 items. We'll go back to that. They must have been landing at New Atlantis. Oh well. We can run back. No coral bugs, no coral bugs. There's a cave out there. I'm looking for a ship landing, which is a randomly generated ship landing in the wilderness. The reason being that those are likely to be either ecliptic, Varun, or spacers. And the spacers will give you the Mantis quest line. And in any instance, you have the possibility of taking their ship over and stealing it from them. All right. Random
I don't stock any luxury goods. Just the basics. I left a cushy job as Shepherd's General for this. Talk about a bad decision.
Let's see.
Credits, I have merchandise.
Okay, so he usually only has, these guys just have the basics, but I do tend to buy med packs, even just one. Even at this stage in the game, it's usually useful. Don't have anything else. Look for the miscellaneous tag as well, because sometimes they will have um what's the word I'm looking for? Salvage. They'll have salvage slates that will say go to this planet and fly around, and there'll be a little something. Now, I don't want to sell my X Tech even now. I have 10,000 credits. This is pathetic. You can go, 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 you can go. I cleaned out the frontier already. The only thing that's left there is the ship parts. Did I pick up any food anywhere that I can get rid of? No, I want to keep the booze. I want to keep the snack packs. So I don't have a lot of med packs. So we're going to
Good luck out there.
do this. So what we need to do now, this is well, it says abandoned ship repair platform, but there's a person here, so it's not really abandoned. If there's staff, what we are looking for is staff who might have something paying work and or some yellow boxes we can loot. You have no stairs. I guess that's a actual ship bits. Cool. Hey, you got anything we can do?
This cargo's not gonna haul itself.
Well, this cargo's not going anywhere. Oh, there we go.
Really use your help.
Thank you.
A band of Crimson Fleet won't leave us alone. We only keep what we needed to survive out here. Now we don't even have that. Think you can take them out? We can't take much more of this. They're not far.
The pirates will never know what hit them.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
So yeah, wander around and talk to these folks. This is new though. I've never seen this. Is there anything in the ship? No. Is there anything in the captain's locker? Where's the captain's locker in this dump? You the captain's locker? No, you're a fuse box. No contraband in the corner? No. Oh well. Worth a shot. So he has given us our marching orders, and we are going to go pirate activity. Defeat the Crimson Pirates in the abandoned hangar. All right, where are you? You are in that direction. Now, I am a little underleveled for defeating Crimson Fleets, but we can give this a shot. Is there anything I can loot while I'm here? I don't think I'm making that jump, but we could try. This is like the last caretaker. Okay. No. All right. Off to the Crimson Fleet. What I gotta remember to do is like not blunder in the front door. You won't come up on the ass end of these places. Is this where I just was? No yellow box. Okay. Abandoned hangar. One advantage of repetitive POIs is that sometimes you can remember the best way to get into a place. How far away are you? Plenty far away. Yeah, coral bugs. Apex predator. Anything labeled apex means it will kill you on sight. So we're going to go around the wildlife. Ooh. I mean, I could take a swing at it. All right. No. Go after the coral bug. I'm just gonna sneak through here. Kind of like an old game where you have to read the terrain and not get caught up on any of the rocks. Apologies for the panting noises. I'm not sure how to turn them off. But I'm trying to my fitness level up. I've done 8 of 20. And you have to do that by running places in a hurry until you start to pant and gasp and pass out. Which means you sound like a heaving bellows. Water. Collecting resources are never going to get me to the creds that I need, but loot goblin and a loot goblin, right? Okay. Another sleeping bag. Where am I going? 200 meters. Now, I am not very good at sneaking in for very long. So, we're going to make a vaguish sort of effort at stealth and then probably just run in and take our lumps. Ooh, tree. Abandoned hangar. I want to say this is the one with the elevator. If you go down the right elevator, sometimes yes. Where are our little friends? I think they are. Get out of the hole. I think what I want is I want over here. Don't fall in the hole. Odd that the Crimson Fleet is set up so close to New Atlantis. Somebody really needs to do something about that. I have picked up a camouflage or chameleon spacesuit too. So if I stop and vanish, that's that silly thing kicking in. Let's do the outbuildings first. I'm looking for that elevator. And some of them, if you go down the right elevator, there's a ship right there. I've never had any luck taking out the ship before they took out me, but there's a first time for everything. Down. Here we go. Now, ooh. Come to Papa. Update friend and foe settings. Calibrated to protect current user. Don't remove the combat inhibitors. Just say activate units. Update the friend foe settings and then activate the units and then
it would be advisable to vacate this area.
You're supposed to be nice to me. Got a little boost going. That gives me some damage resistance. Come on, my friends. Come on. Let's go defeat some pirates. There can be some around here somewhere. Go defeat some pirates. Go shoot the pirates. Where's the pirate? Alright. Let's see how close we can get. Why are you still down there, robots? You need to be over here. Come on. Come on. Like herding cats over here. Alright. We can get at least one of you.
All clear. I am standing down.
No, it's not all clear. Get back here. I wanted to help the robots. I wanted the robots to help it. This is just What have you got? I'll carry your gun for a little while, but not for long. Where's your friend? I think there's someone behind me too. Pirates? There you are. Other two over there. A lot of those red dots are downstairs. Those robots are still down there. They're just useful, aren't they? Oh, let's see. Where's our little friends? Stand still. There we go. All right. Yep. Come on. Yep. Where'd you go? Very hard. He's very, very hard. Oh, hey. This is the mauling axe. The mauling axe is righteous. If you want to do melee, you're looking for your mauling axe. You can buy it at the UC, not at the UC, at the Trade Authority in the New Atlantis. And I got one. It's expensive. I got one that was anti-personnel as well. I don't know. Where are you? See, I've forgotten where the right elevator is. I guess we're just going to have to follow the dots. Ah, yes, you're the right elevator. You can take me down into the area, hopefully. Oh, hey. We want... Yes, there we go. Oh. I've gained an affliction? I'm not supposed to be gaining afflictions. Yep. There you go. Oop. Are you? Are you, though? Come back. Come back here. Lots of rare items. Now... These areas have a lot of stuff too, but not down here. Hello. Goodbye. Oh, thank you for coughing. All right, what is it yammering on about my status? I have contusions. Melee attacks use O2. I turned that sort of thing off. I don't know why. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Ooh, I found some contraband. All right. Where'd you go? Ah. Are you my treasure box? No, you are not. You are my treasure box. What did you get me? Repulsing deep core. Ooh, anti-ballistic. Yes. This is what wandering around the points of interest will also get you. Sweet, sweet loot. And even more sweet, sweet loot. Alright, we're gonna have to pause and sort our sweet, sweet loot. Modified Grendel. Oh no, I don't like the Grendels. Reflex sight, no. Compensator sight, no. I like the scope on the other one. You are not worth carrying around. You are definitely not worth carrying around. Combat veteran, I think, protects from damage from humans, so we'll keep that. And we are not a baseball cap sort of grow. Alright. So we are dropping, first of all of the spacesuits because they're really heavy and they are not usually worth much. The Constellation pack at least has a bit of value. Unfortunately, the helmets are kind of the same. Frag grains we'll hold on to. Now, weapons. Sort by value, drop anything under 1,000. And it actually drop anything under 2,000 just by default. And the resources you resources don't have a lot of value. Well, the X-Tech does, but that's different. For the resources, if you need to, I'd say drop anything under 10, definitely. Or drop anything that has mass over a certain rate. Or just drop them all. But we're going to go ahead and hold on to ours. Now we are looking for the stairs up. Most of the time, you're going to end up coming down into this area from a doorway that takes you down through a lot of places that you can loot. I think this might be the door that they try to get you to take. We backdoored it first to a certain degree. So if we want things, we're going to have to go back out the other way. I am probably carrying around way too much food. Stuffed animal. Ooh, credits. Lawson Slate. We're gonna make a run for it. This is your only chance to get out of here. I would really rethink this and join us. It's happening tonight. You know where. That's new. I've never. If I have seen that, I don't remember it. It's a safe that didn't need to have its lock picked? Huh. Lots of meds in the bathrooms. The disadvantage of this is that you're coming up the stairs, which means it's harder to get a drop on people.
Whoa, something's out there. You're going to pay for that.
Alright. Guy with the rescue axe go. Over here.
This one's mine. You want some more? Ah. I'm going for help.
Sure you are. Sorry. Ooh, County Monte Cristo. It's one of my favorites. Block is too hard. A lot of beer in the Crimson Fleet, which is very useful. Don't need you. I hear a ship taking off. I want that ship. Where did that ship go? I don't think I can get at it though. Hello, kitten. Where's my kitteny, huh? Where's my kitteny? Where are you? Kitten has joined me. She has learned not to chew on the microphone wires. We're all very excited. You gotta take as much as possible back to New Atlantis and sell it. Ken, I was just saying nice things about you. What are you doing? Do you wanna sit here? Yeah. off that. There we go. I should no yip yip on the quartz. Should look around for a bed. Because I suspect that will no yip yip on the quartz. I need to heal my condition, such as it is. Where are the stairs? There are the stairs. That is the room that I was just in. Was there a bed in here? No. All right. Onwards. I don't use the things like Battle Stim because they're not quite as well, for one thing, the game will legit get you addicted to them. And in which case they don't buff you, they debuff you. What are you? An electric grundle. Well, you might be worth selling. I just don't get along very well with the grundles. But then I thought I wasn't going to get along very well with the maelstroms, and they're doing okay. There will be some people out here if we go out this door, I'm pretty sure. As we start getting up towards the surface level again. Ooh. Permanently increase sneak bonus by an additional 1% and melee sneak. Nice. Crits. The little green sticks. I need them. What are you? One way you can think about over encumbrance is you'll just move a little slower. I think at a certain point it becomes ridiculous, and then you really want to not be that encumbered. But up to a certain point, you're just moving a bit slower. That's all there is to it. More booze, or Aurora, or Zoe is going to be happy to see me. No. Clothes are not much good. On the other hand, if you have to hustle around whacking people, you may regret it. I'm still looking for a bed. They will tuck sleeping bags and other things into corners here. And if you're cautious, that gives you a chance to recoup a little. What are you firing at? Did you find my robots? Or is there Terramorph? Sometimes as you're wandering, you run into... What are you firing at? No, thank you. Oop. Where'd you go? You had stuff. There we go. Alright, no boom boom boxes, but it's not the best scope on this. And I suspect not the best gun for this distance. Oh, ooh. I guess that's what they were firing at. I don't think I want to piss you off. Don't shoot at me, shoot at the bird. Alright, the bird's going away. Okay. Let's see. No, I'm not getting any kind of range on this, so... What can I jump down on? Where are you? Here we go. No one left. Oh, alright, fine. Where'd you go? I don't know. It seems kind of over if you start running. This spot. The soundtrack is very excited, and I don't know why. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Mauling axe to the rescue. Oh, you're all the way over there. That's what I'm talking. Ooh, krakens. Those are fun. Booze gives you damage resistance. Alright, let's go find that last guy. Yeah, always stuck into that space. There's credits just all over the place in there. Where's our last little friend? There you are. Hi. Bye. Okay. So that is this place looted and shooted. we are going to want to get back to our friends over there. And this is a good example of synergy between these two things. So the fitness wants you to use up all available oxygen 20 times, and the weightlifting wants you to sprint while at 75% or more of your maximum load capacity. So if you are over encumbered and running, your O2 goes down like a mofo, and you're definitely going to be qualifying for the other thing. You do want to make sure that you are keeping an eye on the wildlife around you. Wait till that starts. Downside, of course, is that you then have to... Can I scan you without getting hit? I'm encumbered enough that I'm really just going to be... Anything I do, even sprinting or not, is going to... Coral bug. Where are your friends? I'm not running. I'm moving very, very slowly, game. Apex predator. Pack coral. I've chosen poorly. It's quick save just in case. Don't mind me, just sneaking through the undergrowth. Alright. Don't mind me, just sprinting through the undergrowth. Then again, apologies for the heaving of my poor little man. We have to do this in stages. Oh. Are you dead? Alright, and then get out of the way of whatever it was that did that. As fast as possible. There are easier ways to do this. If I had dropped all the stuff I was carrying to a certain point, I could fast travel back here, but I cannot fast travel while over encumbered. And I'm being greedy because I want as much cash as possible, including for all those cruddy Grendels. Were you? You're the apex bird. Round you. Through you. Alright, this should be the last time that I have to do this. Were you here that whole time? Maybe you have a bed. Put down your... There we go. Oh, why are you locked? Never seen one of those locked before.
Shields up, seals tight.
Okay. Do you have a bed?
We haven't had an injury in 55 days. Don't break our streak.
Uh-huh. Sure. Sleep. I feel well rested. And I don't want any of your stuff, so...
Why everyone's so down on this job? Construction work pays great.
It's weird. I don't usually have to pick a lock to get into those things. We are looking for this nice man. And maybe the provisioner. He's over there, if I recall correctly. Hello, give me my money.
You're back. Did you take care of him?
won't be giving you any more trouble. Despite what people say, violence actually can solve a lot of things.
Thanks for coming through for us. Here, this is yours. Wouldn't want you to leave empty-handed.
And I got 3,000 credits. Everything I picked up at the location. The XP and whatever I managed to sell to our little friend here. That is not our little friend. That is a random piece of equipment. Where's our little friend? He was over here?
Proceed with caution. There is heavy machinery operating in this area.
Rather not have to walk back to sell my stuff. Where's the guy who is rocking the store? Alright, I can't find him. Is he? No, you're just the robot. Alright, I guess I have to decide how greedy I want to be. What did I actually get? I had about 20,000. And I probably got another 10,000 easy in terms of stuff. So we are going to pretend we are going back to speak to Teresa Mason. So he says, go this way. She's back in the city. Well, we might as well. How are we getting up there? This is going to take a minute to get back to the city, so settle in or not. And I'm being hella greedy at the moment because I could just dump this stuff. You can go away. Well, I don't want to dump my stuff. I like my stuff. Game is usually pretty smart. Ooh. These things must have run into. Oh. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Now, see, I was being nice and getting out of your space. You decided to be rude. There's something else over here? No. All right. What you get? So the thing is, the ones that are dead have got I've got a little red marker. And the ones that are not, there we go. So I have scanned all the resources in the area, one of the animals to completion, and two of the plants to completion. You think I'm climbing that game? Well, we'll see. What is my skill point looking like? Weightlifting, no. Wellness, this is what we're probably going to do. Fitness is not at that point. So, wellness. All right, game. I'm taking your word for it that I can get up here. Yeah, those are the ships coming into the spaceport. I would apologize for dragging this out, but you know, everybody's wants their stuff. And so and now I have a dislocated limb. Uh, this is gonna backfire. All right, we're just gonna have to move until we run out of CO2, and then we're gonna have to stand still for a minute. Do I have anything that will treat a dislocated limb? Yes, I do. Nice. I suspect this is gonna dead end in a second. Yes. All right. If I recall correctly, the water is kind of toxic. Or the liquid masquerading as water is kind of toxic. Now you're saying go back in the other direction, game? Mm-hmm. problem is this. To get back up to where I need to be, I need to go up that. Getting down it is quite easy. All you have to do is hit the jetpack. And then moment before you would otherwise go splat. So sometimes this colored dirt here is an indicator of a path. Probably not the time to be doing this when I'm over encumbered. All right. We can't go that way. Going up is going to be a problem. So let's see if we can go sideways with any luck. Hmm. And I am being very, very greedy. Let's see what's over there. It might be a civilian encampment, in which case they may have someone I can sell stuff to you. Or so this is climbable. This texture, that is not. Or at least not in this condition. Yeah, that's not climbable. That is going to be some sort of automated farm. They might have a lockbox I can drop things in. So the New Atlantis has a really long day-night cycle. The general idea of the entire character is to do things that do not involve any of the Constellation missions. Even in the early game, there's plenty to do in New Atlantis and in the areas around it. The trick is one, either you have to be willing to steal the frontier, and I decided that I didn't want this character to steal the frontier. If you want to get off world and do any of the cargo missions, that does make your life a lot easier if you're willing to do that. I have deliberately complicated my life with random constraints for no good reason. I'm very mindful coming up on some of these spaces because sometimes they have creepy robots that like to kill people. What are you? Are you a creepy robot or are you a person? You're a person. Okay. In that case, you could probably sell some of my stuff. Will you take some of my stuff? Take some of my stuff.
We're never gonna get this job done with brace mechanical tools.
I
Construction
know we
is hard work, but it beats working at chunks. Those kitchens are a real horror show. Do I look like the kind of person who's interested in small talk?
I don't
No.
know why everyone's so down on this job. Construction work pays great.
If it's an autonomous farm, why all the peoples? None of them had anything to sell or buy. It's all marked stolen. You.
That none of this equipment's crushed me to death yet. I don't restock much. What you see is what you get. Let's trade.
Let's give you as much stuff as possible. All the heavy stuff. Wrong button. All the heavy stuff. Definitely you. Definitely you. You ain't got no money. Wrong button. Value. Alright. Start from the bottom of the list then. Maybe I can buy some med packs off her. You can go, you can go, you can go, you can go. Not the ammo. Not the digipicks. Alright. The snack packs, the meal packs, the chunks can go. The drink packs can go. Keep the boom pop because we're that sort of person. I always want to keep the crispy alien nuggets because they amuse me. Keep the booze, but not the Canuck. Let's keep that kind of booze and get the rest of the booze out of here. Now she's out of money. What can I buy from you? No. Can I buy from you? Let's buy the med packs first. That gets her money back. Now go back to all. Oh, wrong button. Mass. Now you can take that. That. Keep you. Instigating Maelstrom. I think that means if you the first hit is harder. But I like the sight on the other one better. Rendell. Back down to the bottom. Definitely going. You can go. I am buying as much aid as I can. Not that she has much that I didn't sell her. This may be the end of this. And of course, the other thing that I'm doing is I am not. One of my other random refusals is I am refusing to up my either the this I have minimized the amount of weight I can carry and I have minimized the vendor credits, but I think
Well, got to go. Bye.
that has gotten me underweight, which means
This is an active industrial site.
that's nice. I can fast travel back to the frontier. You cannot fast travel if you are over encumbered. But I sold enough to make a difference. And we can sell the rest, maybe, at the Trade Authority. And we hit our weightlifting sell. You don't have any penny left.
And that's how my parents ended up selling.
I think I got some.
Scanned as you enter the city.
I am not a stock boy. I am the owner.
I do kind of wish I could just hit some of these guys.
If you don't see what you want, feel free to ask. Oh, please, take a look.
And we will. You have money. We'll get more of you somewhere. It's ammo spacesuit. Holding on to you. Getting rid of you. Throwables. Getting rid of the mines, because I always blow myself up with them. You, keeping you, getting rid of you, keeping you, getting rid of you. Getting rid of the chunks, getting rid of the drink packs, keeping the meal packs, anything that's square. I like the square things. Keeping the Solomons for you, rid of you. So this is why I end up over encumbered. I'm already at 60. I need a ship soon. I'm a smoker. I've decided. Okay, so what does that get us? We are at 34,000. We want at least twice that. The ship that I actually want is 3 times that, but we want twice that. So we're going to have to go out again. But I will probably leave it here for the moment and do that off screen on my own, and then maybe I'll come back once I have my ship. The idea behind this one is to play the game without engaging in Constellation and see what's out there. Step 1 is to get a ship that is not the frontier. And there's a couple different ways to go about it. One is to hustle around New Atlantis, do literally everything you bump into until you've got enough cash. The other is to go outside New Atlantis into the wider spaces where we just were, into the wilderness, and do everything that's out there until you run into things and have enough. The third one is, if you're very lucky, one of the things you'll run into outside of New Atlantis is the Spacers or Ecliptic or Crimson Pirates who land a ship. If you can get them, or the Varun Zealots, but keep an eye on them because they can be tough. If you are really lucky, it's an A-class ship, and if you defeat all of the people around it and then get on board it in a hurry, you are able to take over the ship, and then that ship is yours. And then all you have to worry about is registering it, and you can fly it around anywhere you want to. You just can't make edits to the layout of it or anything like that until you've registered it, which takes a certain amount of cash, but not as much cash as buying a ship. So those are the 3 things that you can do. So that's what I'm going to go do off stream. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can fill out what I need to get this character a ship. And then we will go off and see what else there is out there to do that does not involve the Constellation main mission. In the meantime, I'll go ahead and say thanks for watching. And I'll hopefully see you next time. Bye.
Private sector. Now that's where the real money's at.
You don't say, honey.